I'm Simon Waldman. I am the chair of the AOP, and my day job is Director of Digital Strategy for the Guardian Media Group. I think this is probably the best lineup for an AOP conference we've ever had. An amazing set of speakers, really good set of breakout sessions, never been better. This year we've called the conference 3 C's, content, creativity and convergence, and that really gets to the heart of the challenge for all our businesses. And we've got a really excellent lineup of speakers to come and speak to us, come and sit in some panels, representing a broad array of old and new media, also some fantastic sort of consultants and advisors to the sector. So it should be a really strong day. Clay Shirky is a US academic who has basically been one of the best thinkers about the digital landscape for the best part of a decade now. He released a truly excellent book called Here Comes Everybody, which is just talking about the way that groups cluster and self-organise on the internet. And there's been a lot that's been written like that, but no one, I think, writes it or tells it as well as Clay does. And so we're delighted he's coming to speak to us. So Slight Bailey, CEO of Trinity Mirror, is coming to speak to us, coming to do the initial keynotes, and I think her challenge is among the hardest of them all. Transition and the transformation of a major public company, and how you do that, how you go from print to print and digital, and keep the city happy at the same time, is a really difficult job. And so we're sort of fascinated to hear how she's doing and how she sees the digital world. The biggest issue for many of us at the moment is the state of the economy, and that's why I'm delighted that we've got HSBC's chief economist Dennis Turner coming to speak to us, because I think that for everything we're doing individually as businesses, it's dwarfed by the broader impact of the credit crunch and the impact on mortgage markets and general consumer confidence. And so it's great we've got someone with that background coming to speak to us. It's the first time we've had an economist come and speak to us, but I just think it's an indicator of just how important that is to us this year. Stefano Maruzzi is coming from Condé Nast International. I think his real challenge is how you take these really strong magazine brands, how you take a portfolio business like a magazine business and how you make that work digitally, and how you get that to be true to the brands but also use the full international opportunities of the web. And so again, it adds a different dimension to some of the other people speaking, but we're again really pleased he's going to be there. I think we've all known since we took our first steps onto the web as publishers and media owners just how important communities are going to be as a part of that. And now with everything that's happened around Facebook, around MySpace, around blogging, that's only become even more so, and you just can't stop learning about that area. So every year we have a session on communities. This year no exception. Really important for us to get it right as publishers and as businesses. So that's one of the key breakout sessions of the day. We were invited in a couple of venture capitalists to come and speak to us, because we're going to talk a bit about mergers and acquisitions, because I think one of the corporate stories for a lot of media businesses is the companies they've acquired to help them make the next step. And among the speakers we've got on that panel is Saul Klein from Index Ventures and Judy Gibbons from Accel Partners, both of whom have got phenomenal experience of the sort of the entrepreneurial technology side of the world. So again, it's just adds a slightly different dimension, but one that's more and more relevant to us as media owners. The next year for us as publishers is not going to be the easiest, and we can see everything that's happening to us in the broader economy. Advertising is going to start to slightly mature. We've had a long time of spectacular growth, so I think what we've got to do now is make sure that we're getting all our businesses in order. So that means making sure we have the right creative offerings, make sure we've got the right commercial offerings, make sure we're speaking to agencies in the right way, make sure a lot of the things which started off as neat innovations a few years ago, sort of video and community, are all being done really well. And as well as that, keeping one eye on the future, because this is a phenomenally fast moving, continuously evolving landscape, and we need to make sure we're ready for that. Once you're at the size and scale of the online media market, you're not immune to what happens in the economy. And we're now just at that point where if there's a drop in consumer confidence, that's only going to affect online advertising revenues. However, there are two things that are really important. Firstly, I think that classified revenues look reasonably healthy where there is some sort of structural shift. So money is I'm afraid, going to keep moving out of print and probably going online, and if you're set up well, you'll be a beneficiary of that. Secondly, e-commerce is only going to grow over the next 3 to 5 years. And we think any business that's a recipient of that, of any money that's being spent around e-commerce, including the advertising for e-commerce, that's going to do well. The final bit of this, which is also bodes well, is for all branded advertisers, for all branding advertisers, they know their audiences are going online. They're going to be increasingly online. And so there is a migration of spend towards the web for all types of advertising, whether that's branding or direct response. And what's going to happen is more sectors have to think about that. So it's not that you're saying, so well, we've seen sectors like automotive move quite quickly. Other sectors, I suspect, like FMCG, are going to start to do more and more things online. So yes, we're going to feel a bit of a chill from the economy, but the structural shift towards the internet is not going to stop.